So I don't typically do videos that aren't like Lego, like specifically. Like I love Lego so much, and I would say I'm a purist. But I do own like other like construction block, other like non-Lego products. But honestly, I'm just not really into that, honestly. And it's because there's like Lego's a brand and has a certain type of quality, and so I really don't usually care for like anything else. And like if there is something that's cool that pops out, like Mega Construx usually is the closest thing to what I'll say is like at least almost on par. And I mean, they do have really neat themes that Lego doesn't do. Like they have like right here, like the Alien theme, Halo, Game of Thrones. Like it's really interesting because these are themes that Lego wouldn't do, or I wish they would do, to be honest. And I'm a huge Alien fan. Like I've been rewatching all the films recently, and yes, even including the bad ones like Alien vs Predator Requiem, which matters nothing because it's not canon. It doesn't matter. Ridley Scott said he fucking hates it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a movie that doesn't matter because we're looking at the Alien Queen. The Alien Queen. This is the Mega Construx Alien Queen set, and I've had this for a couple years now, and to be honest, this is probably one of my favorite non-Lego theme sets that I have, and basically it's like the only one that like is actually pretty big. And I kind of wanted to look at the set, and honestly, the first thing I want to look at is the printing on top of the head right here, which is just pretty phenomenal. I'm gonna say, like it gets like all the shaping and the contouring of like what the xenomorph queen would actually look like. And honestly, with like the head, and it has like the second jaw appendage coming right out of it, it looks so sick and so clean. And looking at this model, it makes it like, holy crap, there's like so much detail that like you wouldn't normally see like in movie. So it is like really cool model to just have like the little two arms that are right here along with the two giant arms. I really appreciate that, honestly, and it kind of has like the contorting like leg structure. Like I think it is a little blocky, but it does like make it like feel nice. And then it has like these like two rock just like platform structures. So it gives it like a reason to stand, or else it wouldn't stand with like its 2 feet. But B, it does like, it looks good, and it gives it like a bit more of an atmosphere, honestly, and it also makes it stand upright. It has like 3 of like these like spikes in the back right here, and the biggest coolest feature is that it has like the giant tail, and the tail looks phenomenal, honestly. Like I generally like how it like can go in like different directions right here, and like you can kind of spindle it like it would like in the movie, and I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. I'm assuming this is the one from Aliens. I wouldn't assume it's the Alien vs Predator, but I mean they're probably identical. I really don't know, honestly. But yeah, I mean, just because of Alien Romulus coming out, this was just a set that I really wanted to show off, just because I'm such a huge fan of the Alien franchise. And if you want me to rank all the Alien films, I would be glad to. I'm going to start off with the bottom. I'm going to just put Alien vs Predator Requiem on the bottom, just because that is the most god-awful movie on the planet. I actually did not know how bad that movie, like, when people said it was dark, I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be dark, like hard to see. Okay, like, I mean, it's just, no, it's like dark. You can't see. You legit don't see any of the action ever. Like, you don't even get a good look at like any of the xenomorphs or the predator or anything. And also, like, it was just so gun-ho on killing like every character. It's just the worst. It was one of the worst viewing experiences ever, and then they just nuke everyone at the end. Like, what are you kidding me? You kidding me with that? I think next up is Alien 3, and yeah, it's pretty boring. Like, okay, they were in prison, and it's like a religious kind of cult prison, and they don't have weapons, but like, and there's only like one xenomorph, and the Queen's and Ripley, but it's just so boring. It's like really boring, honestly. And surprisingly, I think Resurrections is better than Alien 3. I thought for the longest time Resurrections would be the dumbest because like they cloned Ripley, and the cloning Ripley cloned the alien queen. And honestly, while that's such a stupid premise, it is just such an absurd and weird movie that like it's really entertaining, honestly. And in the opposite effect, another really weird movie like Prometheus, where it doesn't even have an alien, still entertains me a bit. Like, I don't think it's like the best of like cast, but it is directed well, looks cool, but like it goes in this whole like creation, android with God complex kind of thing, and I mean like it's really more in Covenant, but like because it's not really an alien movie, it's like I respect it more, and maybe like Resurrections might be better than Prometheus, but like I don't know. Like I was just like it's fine. Because honestly, Alien Covenant. Now, Alien Covenant was one that I did enjoy when it first came out, and maybe I haven't like I probably have soured on it just a little over time because like the problems it does have, like I mean they killed James Franco in like barely like 2 seconds, and then like that's it, and the characters are kind of like the most forgettable except for literally like Danny and Tennessee in that movie, but even then, so I think the things with like Walter and David are still pretty entertaining. And the one thing I didn't like about Prometheus, like the engineers were fine. Like I respect more of what they did with like engineers creating like the xenomorphs in a way, but like the black goo, blah blah blah. But like they didn't explain anything. And Covenant explains enough to fill in the gaps between what happened between Prometheus and like you can fill in the gaps of like the engineer ship to like the first Alien movie. And also, it's an Alien movie. It actually has the protomorph, and I dig the protomorph and neomorph design in that movie. I did a whole video on that on my other channel like 6 years ago, and that's how much I still love those designs, honestly. However, the next two, I mean, it's pretty easy. I like the original Alien and Aliens. I can kind of interchange them most days. Like, I probably, as a movie, I prefer the first Alien, but I can be just as easily entertained with Aliens. I can pick them either day of the week, honestly. I'd probably just say for this spiel, like Aliens, and then Alien #1. Oh, and if you want to know like the first Alien vs Predators movie, honestly, I think it's probably better than Prometheus, but like it's just a really dumb, stupid movie anyway. So what's like the point? And it's like I'm gonna just put it there, right? It's probably either above or below Prometheus, depending on how I feel. Probably above because Prometheus feels like spiteful because of that movie, and for that reason, I might just put it above there. So yeah, that is my ranking of Alien movies right there, for your guys' pleasure. Yeah, I can't wait for Romulus. It's probably either gonna be top 3 or probably, I don't know if it's gonna be #1, but I think it's probably gonna be at least better than Covenant. Yeah, so I just got back from the theater watching Alien Romulus, and holy crap, that was like, I think the first 2 Alien movies are still better, but like this is pretty close third. Like it is a very close third. I will say, like just in a full spoilerness here, that the movie itself was like really great. It was kind of like, honestly, I think it was one of the more scarier entries, probably one of the scariest entries in the whole series. I do think though, the only real gripe that I have is that they, even though like they kind of did have permission to bring Ian Holmes back, not as Ash but as Rook in the film, I don't know, it put me off because when I was in the theater, I'm like, wait, he died in real life. This is like, please don't make this like a Christopher Reeve situation. I don't know. I feel I'm a little irked when that kind of stuff happens in movies, so I'm not gonna lie, I was put off by that. But I'm someone that enjoys the last like 10 minutes of the film because like it's Prometheus and Resurrection, taking like the worst aspects of the franchise and making something new and honestly something better out of it, while still being true to the xenomorphs and the lore and everything else. I thought a lot of the action set pieces, a lot of the characters, and honestly, I was surprised with the android of Andy. He was like one of the best characters of the whole franchise, in my opinion. Also, I have this custom xenomorph that I forgot to mention because he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Pretty cool little mole here.